how to swap stress for healthy habits. Check out this YouTube video. Let me help you conquer your stress and create healthier habits. So how exactly do you swap stress for healthy habits? Well, let me ask you a question first off. How would your life be if there was no stress? Would that be a wonderful life? Let me ask you another question. If I said you can have a holiday and you can have as long as you want, how long would you want? Would you say a week, 2 weeks, 6 months, a year, the rest of your life? How long would it be if you were on holiday and you were going, hang on a second, I kind of feel I need to do something. And what would you feel the need to do? Well, you'd probably feel the need to grow or advance in some way, shape or form. And in order to grow and advance, you'd have to experience some form of stress. So when we talk about swapping stress for healthy habits, I think it's actually really important to think about changing our relationship to stress. That is probably one of the most healthiest things that you can do. And then if you do want to change something, the way we look at everything in the coaching that we do is, what is it that you think you'd actually have to stop doing and start doing? And when it comes to stress, I think the first thing I'd love you to do is think about stopping the current relationship that you have to it, because we love it. How many scary movies have you watched in your life? Was there any stress associated with that? Are you the type of person that likes roller coasters? How long would you like to go on a roller coaster for? 3 weeks? That would be too much, right? Too much stress. Too much stress obviously can be a bad thing, but a little stress can go a long way. Why? Because anything that grows has to go through some form of stress. So take a moment, and when you go outside today, look at anything that grows and think, I wonder what stress that would have had to have gone through for it to grow into what it is today. Anything that grows goes up against an opposite force, which challenges the growth. So it's really important, first off, just to start thinking about stress with a fresh pair of eyes. Because we know that people don't change when we tell them what to do. We know people change when their perspective changes. So this is the first thing I really want you to do. So with any stressful situation, there's an amazing book by Kelly McGonigal called The Upside of Stress. And she talks about with everything that happens that challenges you, rather than being threatened by it, be challenged by it, as if that situation was happening for you, not to you. This is a major shift for most people, because a lot of the time when we feel threatened by something, we tend to retreat, rather than what great people do. They see that stress as a form of being challenged to move forwards into growth. So take some time to think about this, because if you have this relationship to stress, it's definitely what we would call a healthy response. And rather than trying to avoid the two A's, you advance into the things that challenge you. So take a moment also just to think about where you are in your life right now. What have you already been through that was stressful, but because you've been through it, you're a better person than you were before. And when it comes to swapping stress and having a healthier relationship, we can't not go anywhere without talking about the word exercise. Because if we think about what the human body is designed to do, it is designed to only do one thing, right? Move. This thing in here used to be the monster once upon a time, and it would convince this thing to do what it needed to do. And why would anyone actually move? So when we were evolving, when did we move? We moved because the stress of we're hungry, we need to eat, or the stress of something's coming to attack us, let's either go and attack that or run away from it. So we have this brain that wants to defend us, but now we're not living in that era. We're living in a different world right now. And if we don't wake up to the fact that stress can be a very good thing and we need to be better at dealing with it, then exercise has to be one of the most crucial things to do. Because of course, when you exercise, you are subjecting your body to a little bit of stress. And what the research shows, and Kelly McGonigal talks a lot about this in her book, she talks about the 4%. The 4% principle of playing at the edges of what is comfortable. Playing in that zone where you're slightly challenged, just pushing the boundaries of what you do. So maybe walking for an extra 4 minutes than what you would normally do, or doing an extra 4 press-ups, or whatever it is, or reading that extra page of the book as you start to stretch yourself by stressing yourself. Nothing changes unless you decide to change. And there's a few other things here which are absolutely essential, and it's the wandering mind. There was a study done at UCLA that showed that human beings on average have about 70,000 thoughts in one day. 70,000! That's a lot of thoughts. When I hear that, I think, how did they work that out? Was someone standing next to someone and the person went, yeah, that's another thought, yeah. Imagine if you lost count, had to start all over again. The fact is, we have a lot of thoughts, and a lot of those thoughts are useless. A lot of those thoughts kind of just take us round in circles. We don't actually get anywhere. That causes a lot of stress. So it's absolutely essential, if you want to have a healthier relationship to stress, be aware of what you're thinking, be aware of how that is affecting how you feel. And one of the great things you can do to that is to learn how to meditate, or learn how to practice some of the principles of mindfulness. So let me give you a few things here that I think can really help you. With any situation, you know, when we make these videos, we often talk about the big three: your health, your energy, your relationships, your wealth, and your work. But there's also the 3 C's. That in your life, if you can see yourself as the creator, you are the creator of your own life. You are the coach of your own life, that you're coaching yourself, or maybe you have a coach, someone like me, who's helping you, and also the challenger. So with every situation, it is challenging you to be a better creator. It's challenging you to be a better coach to yourself as you start to take more responsibility, because nothing grows in your comfort zone. It's playing at the edges where you subject your mind and your body to a little bit of stress that then allows you to deal with the stress that is coming. Because I can promise you something, challenging times are coming. And if you're better mentally, physically, emotionally, you'll be more equipped to deal at what's coming. So this is one of my mantras: OMS, OMS, obstacles make me stronger. So when something happens today or tomorrow, think about it happening for me, not to me. This is one of the things we've spoken about in some of our other YouTube videos, is that if you have that philosophy, that attitude of life, that everything that's happening is happening for you, not to you, that if you think like that, you'll think, well, you know what, I need this right now. I need this for some reason, even though maybe I don't know the reason right now, but I'll work it out. And give me stress. I remember someone I was working with years ago who said one of his mantra is, God, give me stress. And what he meant by that is, God, give me something difficult to do. Give me something challenging to do, because through that challenge, through coming through it, I get stronger and I get to show the world just who I am. You know, I think in the future we'll see 2 types of people. We will see people that want to get better. We will see people that want to stretch themselves. They want some form of dynamic tension between who they are and who they're going to be. And then we'll see other types of people that have just kind of given up, that can't hold their attention for very long. They're just consuming loads of information. Their mind is wandering all over the place. And I really ask you to ask yourself, what type of person are you? And the fact that you've got to the end of this video would show to me it's quite clear the sort of person you are. A great life, it doesn't happen by chance. It happens by design. If you want to swap stress for healthy habits, make the habit of seeing stress as a way that it's there for you, not to you. See it as a challenge. See it as something that you need to move through. See it as an opportunity to grow. Thank you so much for watching this video. Comment below. Let us know, where do you want to grow? What gives you stress? And how committed are you to changing? Take care, and we'll see you soon.